So Juan Soto never wanted to be traded from the Nationals, huh? Let's talk about it right now. Hey gang, hope you're doing well. Today is an off day. There's no Yankee baseball on tap today. Tomorrow they come back and play at 6:30 p.m. Friday they come back and play at 6:30 p.m. as well. So a lot of baseball coming up. It's a day off in here and there during spring training. Guys are building up their pitch counts, they're building up their rhythm, their timing, and so on and so forth. So, but I like where the Yankees are at right now. Now, Chris Kershner from Athletic had an interview recently with Juan Soto, and one of the things that he said was that he never really wanted the Nationals to trade him. And maybe he didn't specifically say he didn't want them to trade him to the Padres, which they did, but he never really wanted to. He was very loyal to the team that drafted him and developed him and so on and so forth. Even though he rejected a $440 million, if I remember correctly, it might have been a 14-year deal with the Nationals. But then again, he was 23 when they offered it to him. He's also represented by Scott Boras, so I'm not surprised. But before we get out of hand and say doesn't really want to be in the Yankees, let's not get out of hand now. Okay, he needs to really express his excitement being with the Yankees and how it's going to feel like the World Baseball Classic with the significant Latin community, Dominican community that the Yankees have here, and he could not be more excited to be here, and we cannot be more excited to have him here. So, but he was just expressing his honest opinion that he never really wanted to be traded from the Nationals. Doesn't mean he wouldn't have left them in free agency, but maybe he didn't want to be traded to the Padres because he also said it didn't really work there. So, unfortunately, yeah. But the theory, in theory, him and Machado and Tatis and the rest of these guys, and even Xander Bogarts was on paper an intriguing thing, but on paper doesn't necessarily translate to success, right? Doesn't always mean it's going to work out. So, and but I want to know what your thoughts are. This is an interesting one. And again, I take the same approach with Jordan Montgomery. A lot of folks are saying that he's turned the Yankees down. I haven't heard him turn the Yankees down. I haven't heard the Yankees make him an offer. Okay. Now we know that he zoomed with the Boston Red Sox before spring training started, before pitchers and catchers reported, but that's 3 weeks now. So nothing has happened since then. Sounds as if they're trying to solidify a deal with him, and if he does, he does. But if I'm the Yankees, I'm at the very least looking into it. Now I don't know if it'll happen, but like I said earlier, I put out a short earlier, and I'm sticking with this. I don't really care what John Heyman says. I mean, he's clearly, stressing and pushing a pro Scott Boras narrative, no agenda, or talking, whatever you want to call it, reporting, talking points, right? And all due respect to him, okay, and all due respect to Blake Snell. Sounds like a nice guy. He clearly is liked by Aaron Judge and Garrett Cole. He even got to buy in from Juan Soto, who was a former teammate of his. I get it. He's got two-time Cy Young Award winner and so on. But with that said, what else is he going to bring here? Okay, especially at the price he would come with. He would come with a $30 million deal would be $63 million. Okay, because of where their payroll stands right now. It would also cost a second and fifth round pick, also $1 million in international free agent money. That is a ridiculous pay for Blake Snell, especially at 31. He's not 25, it's 31. Okay, and again, now I'm going to say this, I'm going to stick with it. The Yankees, don't need to do anything. They've made him two offers already. Okay, they made him a $150 million offer, which was $150 million than anybody else offered. Okay, it was outrighted, and pretty much rejected instantly, and counted with a $270 million for 9-year deal. Which people aren't giving 150. There's nowhere they're going to give him 170, the 270. So let's stick with reality here. And then they came back with another, apparently a short-term offer, according to Bob Nightingale, for a higher AAV, and even with opt-outs in there, which I wouldn't have done, but they did that. Okay, they wanted to try to make it more amenable to get him here for him and for Boris. That wasn't accepted either. So at this point, Hal Steinbrenner doesn't need to do anything. Brian Cashman doesn't need to do anything. Nothing. They've done their part. Okay, they're not letting Blake Snell fall through the cracks. Okay, Scott Boras and Blake Snell letting the Yankees fall through the cracks. I said this earlier. I'm saying it again. Okay, that's the bottom line. You rejected these guys twice. Why would they come back to you with a bigger offer than before? Why? It makes 0 sense. Okay, The Yankees are not going to collapse without signing Blake Snell. They're going to be just fine without signing Blake Snell. And again, this is in all due respect to Blake Snell. I got nothing but respect for his 2 Cy Youngs. Okay, can't take that away from him. But at this point, he's already 3 weeks late. Okay, into the offseason, into spring training. So he's going to have an abbreviated spring training no matter what. And if he wants to get a full spring training, he's going to have an abbreviated season. Same thing applies for Jordan Montgomery. They're both veterans. They're both 30, 31 years old. But Montgomery doesn't come with all these other things that are attached either. He's not going to cost as much in a contract either, but he will still cost more than double because the Yankees are over the Cohen threshold. But he doesn't come with a second and fifth round pick. He doesn't come with $1 million in international free agent money forfeiture either. So at the very least, I'd be looking into him. And like I said before, I would give Scott Boras an offer. Say, look, this is our offer for Jordan Montgomery. Take it to him. You have 24 hours. Tell us yes or no. Yeah, no, we're moving on. Hey, they've already expressed an interest in preference into trading for Dylan Cease over signing Blake Snell in free agency. Not surprised. He's got 2 years of control. He wouldn't cost them 7 years or 6 years or whatever, even though the Yankees apparently have showed a willingness to go to 6 years for Blake Snell. There's no way in the world I would go for a 1-year deal or a short-term deal with an opt-out after the first year. No way in the world. Giving up all that? No way in the world. So, but I want to know what your thoughts are, okay? And be sure, if you're somehow not subscribed to this channel, please do, okay? Because this is the type of stuff that I want to talk about on a regular basis. I want to say stuff that other people are apparently are too afraid to say, you know, or whatever. It doesn't matter to me, okay? And again, not going here bringing opinions and just saying straight up facts and talking common sense. Maybe there's a little opinion in there, but it's backed up by the facts, okay? It's not backed up by narratives or talking points, okay? Facts, period. So, and if you agree, that's fine. If you disagree, it's totally fine too, okay? Let me know in the comments either way. And I do thank you for subscribing. And if you do, hit the notification button too. That way, when news does come in, these guys are eventually going to be signed. You'll know exactly when it happens, and you'll be at the front of the line when it does. So I thank you so much for it. And again, Scott Boras has 4 guys that are unsigned. But again, before we go crazy, before we start saying Yankees are out on this and Montgomery has not rejected the Yankees. Not that we know of. We haven't heard that at all from reporters anywhere. Okay? And I'm going to attach a video, not a video, an article down below. Okay, that talks about this. Okay? It's essentially in one way suggesting, and the article is from, I'm going to pull Inside the Pinstripes, okay? And it's from Patrick McAvoy. I'm going to attach it down below. You take a look at it. You read it. Let me know what your thoughts are, okay? And they do the similar thing here. Basically, in the title of the article, ex-Yankee stud not looking for a reunion with New York, according to Insider. Not really naming the insider. Well, they're saying Tim Bowden, right? From the Athletic. Is it Tim Bowden? I think it's Tim Bowden from the Athletic. So, but then they're not. Then they say don't rule it out because so they're almost in a way contradicting each other in these articles. And this is why I don't want to get us tangled up because they're saying A, B, and C, and then they're coming back and countering with D, E, and F in the same sentence, in the same paragraph, the same discussion, right? So I wouldn't just rule Jordan Montgomery out until he signs. If he signs at Boston, it would stink as a Yankee fan, but he does. Wherever Snell goes, it could be. We've heard the Angels and the Giants becoming potential options. They haven't made him an offer yet. Maybe they are waiting for his price to come down. Does he have a market? Bellinger didn't have one. Matt Chapman doesn't really have one. Jordan Montgomery doesn't really have one. So what are we doing here? Right? So, but the pitchers, I've said this a million times, need to report, I think, sooner than the hitters do because they need to build up their endurance. They need to build up their pitch counts and so on and so forth before the season starts. And now they're not going to have enough time to do that. So something needs to give. Some of these guys need to sign. But let me know what your thoughts are on the Jordan Montgomery and even the Juan Soto before we get, panicking about Juan Soto not wanting to come here, not wanting to stay here. And I'm not buying into the BS about him. I'm going to sign with the Mets and blah, blah, blah. I'm not buying into it at all. So, he was honest. He said he never really wanted the Nationals to trade him to the Padres. Okay. But at no point did he say he didn't want to be traded to the Yankees. He's not excited about being here. He's very excited about being here. And he can't wait to relish in this opportunity. And he's doing it already. So let's talk about it. Give me your feedback on Juan Soto. Give me your feedback on Jordan Montgomery. Two important names. Have a great day, gang. If anything else comes out, you know you're going to find it here. Talk to you next time.